Hello everyone and welcome back to our Rise of Kingdom video. My name is Legend Ronnie and today I'm going to talk about Amanitore and is Artemisia worth reinvesting in? These are going to be the two main topics in this video. I'm going to specify her talent trees if you're going to be interested in that. I'm going to specify about her pairings, some of the best pairings, and I have some great ideas about Amanitore, where exactly she's going to excel the most. Obviously, she's a Garrison Commander, so that's a no-brainer regarding that. But I have a couple more ideas that I have been digesting a little bit. I was keep thinking, so I definitely want to put them out in this video. As you all know, Artemisia have been reset. As you see over here, I have the email from the support. I got 740 legendary sculptures, 690 was from Artemisia and 50 was for compensation for her primary skill. Her primary skill hasn't been changed for a year. She is working like that for a year. So there's no problem about Artemisia. You don't have to make any worries like, hey, is Artemisia still worth reinvesting and all those kind of things. She is working like she used to work. But for me, the reason I haven't maxed her yet is because I already have Nebuchadnezzar. That's one thing. Second, I don't have enough troops for 2 archer marches. Well, I would say that I would almost have, but not the amount of troops I have, which means I can't join any rally, any garrison. It's not really something that I want. As a side note, we are in KVK, we are in pre-KVK, and right now we are rank 1, and we are going toe-to-toe with the rank 2. It's the stage 3. We have 1 day and 7 hours, so if you keep seeing the Marauder encampment, this is the reason why. This next week is definitely going to be live stream when the pass 4 is going to open, so stay tuned for that as well. A little bit of sidetrack. But regarding Artemisia and going back to Artemisia, that's the reason I haven't maxed her, is because on my alt account I have Nebuchadnezzar. So I got a commander for my YSG. If I do Artemisia again, it's not going to make a lot of sense because I just don't have a very good second in command for Artemisia. And that's going to mean I'm just going to be stuck with, again, 2 archer commanders and not enough archers for that. So it's very important if you want to reinvest in Artemisia, you want to know exactly for what do you want. But this is the reason I want to brought her up, because her AoE hasn't been changed. It was working like that for a very long time, a year and some time ago. We were battling with the support regarding her AoE, that it was getting reduced for each additional target, as it mentions now over here. This is the correct description. And in the end, the support was saying that yes, it does that, and it was doing that from the beginning. They just didn't put it in the description. So now they just did. They compensate us. And happy days for those who maxed Artemisia. I'm definitely going to max her again because I really, really like her. Now, going back to Amanitore, the reason I was talking about Artemisia is because I really, really believe, and I strongly believe, that Amanitore, first, with Artemisia as a second in command, might just be the next meta for Garrison. If you go on her primary skill, 1300 damage factor is not something big, right? But then it's increasing the damage bonus by 20% for the next 3 seconds. So if you put Amanitore first, you get the support talent tree, which everyone knows that the support talent tree is a very good rage engine. So it's generating rage very, very well. Second, you get the 20% damage bonus from the primary skill. Third, troops led by this commander are immune to silence. And what does Artemisia do? If you check her 4 skill, when commander's rage meter reach 80%, there is a 50% chance to silence her troops for 3 seconds. Now, because you pair her with Amanitore, this silence should not go in. But point being, if that's going to happen, Amanitore is going to do her primary skill with 50% damage increase, and then you get the 20% damage increase as well, which that's going to be very interesting if it's going to stack, but it should stack. Artemisia is a passive skill on her 4 skill, and Amanitore is a primary skill. So in theory, you'll get a 70% damage increase when the Queen of Caria goes in, when Artemisia is popping her primary skill. So that's going to be a really, really huge nuke from a Garrison with 1800 damage factor from the primary skill. This is really, really exciting. So this is just the first thing regarding Amanitore and Artemisia. I would also recommend a Horn and a Ring so you can generate even more rage. And archers might just become the next thing for Garrison. I really, really believe in that. Then we go into her second skill and get a flat 40% attack bonus, and then archers deal increased damage to infantry. I'm pretty sure that even Xiangyu and Chandragupta will fail to take Amanitore down and Artemisia, because Xiangyu and Chandragupta is failing to take down Artemisia with Tomyris, and Tomyris is not even a Garrison commander, right? Now imagine when you're going to put Amanitore. Then you go into her third skill and you get 20% archer defense bonus, which obviously is really great. And the attacks have a 10% chance of dispelling all ongoing attacks enhancements. I believe this is from the target when the commander is serving as a Garrison commander. I believe this is specifically made for Pakhalin Harald or the Harald Marchers, right? Because he is tacking up to 75% attack. But who would really rally archers with infantry? I don't know about that. The 20% defense bonus, on the other hand, is very nice. I believe that this is made specifically to counter infantry. But then you go on to the fourth skill, and this is something tremendous regarding her, right? Upon taking skill damage, deals direct damage, and damage factor is 400, that goes up to 800. It's going to hit up to 3 enemies in a forward-facing fire-shaped area. And if this commander is serving as a Garrison commander, troops also have a 50% chance to deal another round of damage, plus 20% chance to deal a third round. Now, if you're lucky enough, this is 800, 1800, 1700 extra nuke. This skill can trigger at most once every 10 seconds and obviously is reduced by 50% for each additional target. Think about it. If you get the ring proccing, if you get the fourth skill, the Queen of Caria from Artemisia, which obviously gives a lot of damage increases, right? Because this one procs when you reach 80%. So probably you'll get the skill damage from the rally before you do your skill damage. So the Queen of Caria might just proc because you only need 80% rage. So you can start nuking the rally pretty hard, and then you start on the skill damage cycle with Amanitore and Artemisia. I really think that this pair of commanders will be the next best thing for Garrison. And then, like I was mentioning, on her expertise, troops led by this commander are immune to silence, and active skills reduce the target's rage by 100 per second for 2 seconds, and this skill can trigger at most once every 10 seconds. So even reducing the rage on top of being immune to silence. So personally, I really like this combination. That's one reason, a very good reason, why it's worth it to max Artemisia, so you can have a very nice archer pair. Now, if you want to ask me, is she worth it for field fighting? I personally would say no. The archer defense bonus and their attacks only when you are a Garrison. So most likely this defense will only work when you're a Garrison. So if you want to use her for field fight, you do get the 1300 nuke, which is not so high, to be honest. A little bit less than YSS as a Garrison perspective, but for field fight, 1300 it's not the best, even though you get a nice 20% damage bonus. Then you get 40% attack, which is nice, but you got Ramses, right, which a lot more benefits. If you want commanders for field fighting archers, there's a lot better. And then you have the fourth skill. Now this is something that might just make her really good for field fighting, but the problem is that this skill can trigger at most of once every 10 seconds. So even if you're getting random AoE in a murder ball and this gets triggered, you can only trigger it once every 10 seconds. If it was once every 5 seconds, or let's say maybe 6 seconds, it might have been something, but every 10 seconds, that's quite a lot. I would say it's so-so for field fight, not really something I would look into for field fighting. No defensive option for field fighting. So most likely some of the other commanders that are right now from the Archer arsenal, they're much better for field fighting. But I was mentioning something even more important, something that I believe where she might excel, and that will be in rallying. Now this sounds really crazy when you think about it, right? I mean, she's a Garrison commander and user in rally. Definitely a lot of tests need to be made. Probably even with Artemisia, it might be working very well if you put Artemisia first and you put her second, but I really doubt about that. But you never know, right? You never know. Zenobia and Y says, who would have thought about it? And they are the meta for like almost a year or who knows how long. So things can happen. But my prediction is Amanitore first and Artemisia second. And for rallying, with who would you think that they might have a very nice synergy is with Nebo. If you look at Nebo, I believe her 4th skill, yes. Troops led by this commander deal 50% increased damage and each normal attack have a 10% chance to reduce the target's rage by 100. This effect can trigger once every 3 seconds. Now this is very powerful, once every 3 seconds. Obviously 10% chance, so it's not gonna go in as soon as you hope. Now this thing from Nebuchadnezzar reducing the rage and combined with Amanitore expertise, which also reduces rage, I think that's gonna be a nice idea of trying to reduce as much rage as possible from a target. They're also immune to silence, and I would definitely put Amanitore first and then Nebuchadnezzar second. Now the reason being that is because you get the 20% damage bonus from her, and then obviously Nebuchadnezzar will hit much stronger. And when you get skill damage, you'll also do the 800, because you don't need to be in Garrison. Only for the 50% and 20% chances you need to be in Garrison according to this description, because this is another part of the skill. If this commander is serving as Garrison commander, troops also have 50% chance, etc, etc. So you're doing this salvo as well of 800, and we all know Nebuchadnezzar has plenty of salvos that he's doing himself with his expertise as well. And then I believe with the 3rd skill, he also has some increased direct damage factor 800 and counterattack damage. Wow. Yes, Mars speed reduction, cooldown 5 seconds. Exactly, a lot of damage factor, and because Amanitore has the support skill, obviously she will generate a lot of rage with the support skill. So this is the 2 things where I hope that she will excel. 1, either in Garrison, and 2, very possible in Rallies. But again, in Rallies it needs to be tested, see how good she's gonna excel there. Now let's go into some talent trees, and for that I'm gonna have to use 2 commanders, and you'll understand why. First I'm gonna have to go into Wu Zetian for the talent tree, and this is as much as I would go on the support talent tree, because you definitely want rejuvenate, you definitely want that 150 rage every time you do a skill. Then you want loose formation, you want impregnable, and you want Kingsguard as well. 3% attack, defense, and health. That's a pretty huge boost for the Garrison. And you have 25 talents points left. Now, in order to spend those 25 talents, we need to go on an Archer tree. And going on to the L seed, going on to the talents, I have done this second talent tree. As you notice, I already reset it, so my apologies, but we're going back and I'm going to show you exactly how I have done it. And then you have 2 points here and 1 point there. So this is 25 talents. So if I click over here, it shows over there on the right corner, it shows that only 25 talents on the Archer tree have been done. So this is how I would do her talents. The part that I showed you on the Wu Zetian and the Archer part that I showed you on El Cid. I think that this is going to be the best Garrison talent tree for her. Now, if you want to use her for rally, that would be a whole different story. If you want to use her for rally, most likely you have to go all the way on the Archer tree. You have to go with the whistling arrow and probably with the full quiver as well, and you have 26 talents left. So let's see on a support commander. Let's see on Wuzetian, 26 talents, how far we can go with 26 talents. Well, we can see over here, as you see on the right side, is 24. So pretty much this is how far you can go on the support tree. So that's how you would use her for rally, with a full archer tree, and then you get all the stuff that you need from the support, and you just get more defense or probably some health. You upgrade there and you upgrade there as well. No, it doesn't work that, because you need to do elixir. So 1 point there, and I suppose 1 point in garrison, because that's defense. So you sorted her rally composition as well. Like I said, this is just a theory regarding the rally, so it obviously needs to be tested, but for garrison she will be amazing. Amanitore, the next meta. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think about her, and is she going to be the next best thing with Artemisia? Let's find out in the next Mightiest Governor, when people will max her out. Until next time, this is your boy Geroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.